3, 2, 1. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Welcome to 321 Liftoff. My name is Wayne Belden, and I'm the president of Belden Communications, publisher of the Space Coast Fun Guide and SpaceCoastFunGuide.com. And we'll be bringing you 321 Liftoff every week, talking about tourism in Florida's fabulous Space Coast. With me are your hosts, Pete Lynch, known as Promo Pete, the Director of Business Development for the Space Coast Fun Guide and SpaceCoastFunGuide.com, and Bonnie King, former Deputy Director of the Space Coast Office of Tourism, as well as past President of the Florida Film Commission. Pete, Bonnie, we are thrilled to have you both as co-hosts of 321 Liftoff.
Hey, welcome to another great week on Florida Space Coast and another tourism conversation on 321 Liftoff. This week, 321 Liftoff is on location in downtown Cocoa Beach, where the new beach trolley was unveiled this morning, now offering rides up and down A1A in Cape Canaveral and Cocoa Beach. 321 Liftoff is sponsored by the newly renovated Beachside Hotel and Suites in Cocoa Beach. And Michelle Martindale, the sales director for this fabulous hotel, is here, and we'll be talking with her a little bit later on. But first, our guests today are the team at Space Coast Area Transit, who worked hard to bring this brand new beach trolley to Florida Space Coast. And joining me to tell you how you can ride the beach trolley, I must welcome my co-host, Mr. Promo Pete Lynch.
Thank you so much, Bonnie, and what a great day to showcase this new beach trolley. I rode it this morning, and I got to ring the bell as I got off. I also enjoyed the company of many residents from Cocoa Beach who enjoyed, who joined us to experience the
great ride.
The great ride, because it's so much fun. The team at Space Coast Area Transit will also tell us about the 10 days of trolley that's coming up and the many places that you can visit when you hop on board the beach trolley and not have to worry about driving. But also joining us today is John Belden, the Vice President of Belden Communications. Hello, John.
Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. I'm going to tell you, this is what a beach location is all about. You can ride a beach trolley to the many attractions, Cape Canaveral, Cocoa Beach. It's an absolute blast. And then to top it off, by eating at the many restaurants that serve this area, and there are many, so you got to definitely check that out. Speaking of restaurants, my father, Wayne Belden, president of Belden Communications, knows all about great places to eat here. And that's why I love coming to meetings here on the Space Coast, because whenever we have a meeting on the Space Coast, I always know we'll be sitting at an area restaurant with great ambiance and fabulous food.
Oh, I never pass up a great meal.
That's it.
You know that.
I know it.
Okay, and the new beach trolley will be an easy access pass for our visitors and our residents. So let's introduce two members of the Space Coast Area Transit team. Lance Parker, Manager of Operations and Maintenance, and Wendy Ellis, President and Creative Director of Space Coast Advertising. Welcome.
Good morning.
Glad you're both here.
Yes,
hey,
good morning.
Welcome
Thanks
to
for
you
having
all. We're glad. You are part of the dynamic team that put this beach trolley in motion. Lance, as the Manager of Operations for the Space Coast Area Transit, can you explain your role with this Brevard County organization?
Yeah, I'm responsible for day-to-day operations of all the transit vehicles in the county, and I also oversee all the maintenance for those vehicles.
That's
a big job.
That's the guy keeps it running right here.
Yeah,
That's a big
it
job.
keeps me busy.
I bet.
That's it? That's all you do?
Don't sleep much, I'd imagine.
So you had a big vision then for this beach trolley, and I know that Wendy Ellis, who's the creative director for Space Coast Advertising, had a lot to do with this because she's so creative and put on a great unveiling today of the beach
awesome.
trolley. It was wonderful.
Isn't she great?
Yeah.
I gotta
I've worked
give
with
you-
Wendy a long time, but I got to tell you, Wendy, it was great.
All of your events, so I got to give you kudos, and then I'll shut up. Every one of your events, the Space Coast Area Transit, are fantastic, and they really are over the top, and you do a really great job. So kudos.
Well, thank you so much, John. I mean, we
Absolutely.
have a great team. It's all about teamwork, and the team at Space Coast Area Transit is just really great. Our agency has had the pleasure of representing them for about the past 30 years. So,
Wow.
so we've had a
Awesome.
long time to bond, and but today actually the trolley kickoff actually kicked off Central Florida Mobility Week, and so this was an opportunity for Space Coast Area Transit to partner with the Florida Department of Transportation and the Space Coast TPO and other partners from across the state to encourage smart, efficient, and safe transportation choices. So this was just the kickoff event for the trolley and the kickoff event for Mobility Week. So we were thrilled to be out here this morning and very excited to be on your podcast today. So thanks
now,
for
did you
having us.
call in the weather to be this perfect today?
I
mean,
know, right?
How did that work out? Because
Thank you,
I
by
go
the
to a
way.
lot of events, and it could not have gone better today.
It's picture perfect.
I must have done something right somewhere in my childhood because it was a picture perfect day. Beautiful day to be in Cocoa Beach. The sky could not have been bluer. We were very fortunate. So.
And you had great participation from dignitaries that were here. In addition to that, what I really liked too was the residents of Cocoa Beach and Cape Canaveral that actually that come out because they support what's done. They love the trolley.
It's a great community here. It
Really was. And they had such great positive things to say. So that was fun. We rode the bus with them. The bus, listen to me. We rode the trolley and went around and really heard some really great comments from the residents about how they're going to utilize it and use it. So you guys did a really good job.
Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you. And that's the fun part of my job is to be able to give back to the community. We have such a great beach community over here with a lot of great people. I love it so much. I have a condo in Cape Canaveral. And, to be able to, have some fun, help local businesses out over here on Beachside and kind of spark things back up, especially this year, with the pandemic and everything. I mean, 2020 has just been really tough. It's just really exciting for us at Space Coast Area Transit to do something positive for the community. And the best thing besides the weather this morning, Wendy, was seeing the smiles on everyone's face.
Yeah.
I was
Absolutely.
really excited about it.
Yeah.
So I didn't get here in time to actually ride it yet, but I will. But I'm curious, what's the route now that it actually takes when you go on the trolley?
Starting tomorrow, when the trolleys go into service, the route will be from Shepherd's Park,
Okay.
all the way up through Cape Canaveral and the port. It'll go by the Cove, and then it comes back down A1A, and then it turns and goes down Ridgewood back to Shepherd's Park.
Okay.
And then it has a southern loop that it does from Shepherd's Park down to 13th Street, where it meets up with the Melbourne Beach Connector,
Wow.
Route 26.
Wow.
That you could transfer and go all the way through downtown Melbourne to the Melbourne Orlando International Airport.
Wow.
So if
Quite the
someone were to
connection.
stay
Fantastic.
on just for the Cocoa Beach and Cape Canaveral ride, the loop,
Yep.
how long would that ride be?
Each loop is 30 minutes.
Okay, yeah.
So and there's two of them, so they run. When one's going north, the other one's going south. So
That's awesome.
it's not that much of a wait.
Yeah, so what was really interesting to me, because I got here this morning too, and I got to attend the event and talk to a lot of people, I was really looking at it from the tourism side. Right. And for the visitors that come to the area, we produce the Space Coast Fun Guide, and there's all the restaurants that they were talking about and the attractions in the area, and what a perfect outlet for people to ride around. But when I was talking to the people that were here, the locals, it's a really great thing for the locals as well, because now people are going to be able to commute to work better,
Sure.
with a lot of the people. So you're doing really good things for both the local community and the visitors to the area.
Well, as far as tourism, it's really great because, not a lot of people come over and rent cars. And in this
Sure.
area is really great to where you can go a lot of places on public transportation, and there's bike shares. There's a lot of other things. And you're not really going too far to get to really nice places. There's a lot of really cool shops. There's Ron John's, of course, but we have a lot of great restaurants over here. And they're not that far apart. So if you want to go one place one night and go a different place the next night, you don't have to go very far. And if you want to take the bus, it makes it that much easier.
And how cool is that? I mean, come on, you're coming to a beach destination. You want to ride a trolley. I mean, I don't surf, but I want to get a surfboard and just get on the thing.
Hey, you can put your bike on there. They were talking about that this morning. They have bike racks on there. So if you want to, throw your bike on there so that you can ride around when you get somewhere else too, that's a great added
Absolutely.
benefit.
Absolutely. And you can actually bring your surfboard inside the trolley.
That's awesome,
So,
man.
as long as there's room and it's safe, you can bring your surfboard. I couldn't bring mine because I'm kind of a big guy. My surfboard's like 12 feet
big
long,
guy.
but just to hold me up, But yeah, as long as it's safe and we have room, you can bring your surfboard inside.
I love this area. My wife and I were talking about it last weekend because Cocoa Beach is so laid back. It's so when you're going 1,000 miles an hour during your work week, come the weekend you want to relax, and Cocoa Beach has that. And this is just another great amenity, obviously, for the full experience of Cocoa Beach. It's just take it easy, no rush, and we've got, like you said, they're on a constant loop. You'll get to where you need to be, and plus we have everything close by. I mean, what a fun destination, right?
And not only that, but before I know Wendy's trying to say something, but I just want to say one other thing is that today with the residents that were here, we had some handicapped that needed assistance, and it was very easy for them to get on board the trolley. and they made comments about that. So that was another thing that we heard. So that was really nice.
Every bus at Space Coast Area Transit is ADA equipped. We can handle all kinds of mobility devices, from electric scooters to wheelchairs, walkers.
Great.
Every bus we have is really good about that. And if I could say one more thing about the Route 9s here in the area, one comment that I get a lot, and I had a couple of them this morning, people that even live in the area sometimes will ride the bus because the fare is only $1.50, just to go around their community, because now they're not driving, and to see the new places that have opened and the changes that have been made to businesses and stuff like that, because now they're not concentrating on the road. They can kind of take it easy in the air conditioning. We're like, oh, my God, I didn't know that place opened, or when did that move, and stuff like that. So it's really good for the locals also.
It's a lot easier when you're not driving to be able to see all that stuff too, right?
I got to tell you, I did see some things when I was on the trolley today. I have to tell you, I saw some things that I did not even know was there. Sure. So it's definitely eye-opening. Wendy, you were going to say something.
Well, I was just going to say, Lance had mentioned that, it was only $1.50 to ride the trolley, but in addition to that, seniors, veterans, students, and youth under 18 ride at half price for 75 cents. And then children under 5 and transfers are free. So at those prices, the whole family can ride,
That's awesome.
And then the other thing I was going to mention is come April, we're actually going to have a third trolley that services South Beach. And that will connect at 13th Street and take people all the way down to
Indy Atlantic, to the boardwalk at Indy Atlantic.
Oh, that's great.
Wow. So each trolley, each trolley is about $500,000, a little over $500,000. So Space Coast Area Transit was able to procure the trolleys through a federal grant. But it represents a commitment on their part to the beaches of Brevard, about $1.5 million for all 3 trolleys. So I think that's really exciting that they were able to apply for those grants, receive those grants, and invest that money in the community, especially now. At this time in the pandemic, I think it's great to have something positive that we're able to talk about, that's something new and positive and exciting that's coming to our beachfront communities.
It makes me laugh too. You were talking about before how the locals are riding it, and they actually get to look at all the different things. And I usually, in my household, I'm usually the one driving because my wife doesn't like driving much. But every now and then she will, and she notices. She goes, "You really like looking around, don't you?" So there's all these things here I never get to see. So that's a great idea for the locals. Really, it's like, yeah, you can check out your community. What a great way to do that on a relaxing way too, on the trolley.
Yeah, and do it on their gas.
That's it. Come on, doesn't get much better.
Who said ding ding? Everybody's been ringing that bell on the beach trolley. That was a lot of fun.
That's what you think about.
Oh yeah, you got to get off the trolley and then you ring the bell. Like, I have been there, I have done that. But speaking again of the beach trolley, 10 days of trolley is coming up, starting November 1 through November 10th. Is that correct, Wendy?
That's right, Bonnie. We're hosting 10 days of trolley at 1 o'clock on Facebook Live at 321 Transit every day from November 1st through the 10th. And a beach trolley is going to visit one special business on Trolley Route 9 each day to share their business updates and also to get their reaction to the new beach trolley. So day 1, we're starting off with the number 1 tourist attraction in Cocoa Beach with Ron John's. And then on day 10, we're actually ending with your sponsor today in my favorite hotel in Cocoa Beach, the Beachside Inn and Suites, with their $5.1 million renovation. It's fabulous. So we got a chance to take a look at their renovation, and we got their director of sales, Michelle Martindale, on our trolley. And, I'll let her speak for herself about what her thoughts were, but it was phenomenal to see her place.
Well, that was a very good tie-in, Wendy. Thank you very much, because we do have Michelle here, and she can talk about the wonderful hotel.
Well, thank you. And thank you for mentioning us and including this. I want to say the trolley is beautiful. I know our guests and our associates are going to enjoy riding it. We just expanded the activities our guests can do, because they can go up to the port and dine, go down to Cocoa Beach and do a little shopping and dining. And if they want to have a little libation, they're not going to be in trouble getting back home to us at our Beachside Hotel and Suites, which just underwent a $5.9 million renovation, which we completed on May 15th.
And what's great, too, is that when you stay at your property, you can walk. You can walk around. Ron John's is right there.
Yes.
You've got right across the way. You've got a nail place to get your nails done. You've got restaurants, and you also have a drugstore, all within walking distance. So.
Right. We are in the heart of Cocoa Beach. We have 11 restaurants. We have Winn-Dixie, as you said, drugstores, and we're only 300 feet from the ocean. And if you stay with us, you'll be able to use a complimentary bicycle, or you can take a boogie board or a surfboard down to the beach. And if you don't want to carry that, we have beach carts that have got a couple chairs and an umbrella, so you can, go and enjoy the beach and the ocean, and then you can just come back and.
That's great.
I've been trying to figure out my favorite thing about your hotel now, because we've been doing this for a couple weeks, and you joined us, and plus I've been coming to your hotel for years and seeing it. I tell you every time how beautiful it is and how.
Thank you.
But it's like for me to decide what my favorite thing is, whether it's just the bright colors, and the retro look. The lazy river obviously is just so relaxing. It just looks amazing.
Your kids love it.
But as a family guy, right, and I have the kids, the fact that you actually provide everything that somebody needs to go down to the beach, like you said, you give it a little buggy or whatever, but if you need a chair, if you need an umbrella, if you want a surfboard, if you want a boogie board, they provide that to you so that you can actually take that down. You don't have to worry about renting that stuff.
And
I'm
they
kind
have-
of torn. I think that might be one of my favorite things, but it changes every week.
Well, we're a destination hotel now. We've got the lazy river. Guests can that don't want to overnight with us can go to Resort Pass and get a day pass to use the pool, which is open from 9 to 11 p.m.
And how do they do that again?
www.resortpass.com and go to Beachside Hotel and Suites, and you can just.
So now you can hang out for the whole day and use their
great.
lazy river,
Yeah,
and
and
the price
then-
is really affordable for a family.
Yeah, and then you can just go right on over to Duck Dive Pool Bar, and
Yeah,
have some lunch. Or
We recorded and we did broadcasted from the Duck Dive bar, which was very fun. But also, don't you show movies?
yes, we do. On Saturday nights, weather permitting, we have dive-in movies, and they're actually for families. So it's
Dive-in movies.
Dive-in movies. Yeah, I always want to say duck dive movies, but it's dive-in movies.
I love that.
And
diving movies.
Yeah.
That's great.
Very
It is.
nice.
And it
Imagine
is
just
fun. It's
floating
all
around the lazy river watching a movie and
right.
Doesn't get any
good.
better than that, does it?
no, I don't think
No,
so.
it's fun. And we do other activities there. Once a month, we do Planet Palooza, which is a stargazing event, and we have a great astronomer that comes with these huge telescopes, and the kids love it, and the adults love it, and it's just a fun night.
Yeah,
And
that's Mark Marquette that comes over from
Right.
the American Space Museum, and he does a great job of not only showing you the stars and everything that you're looking at, but explaining. He's a very good astronomer.
he is.
That's a really cool event too.
Yeah.
Well, we thank you for coming out and,
Oh, my
and
pleasure.
sharing this. And, really, as a sponsor, Michelle, I have to say, thank you for following us around like this. And
Yes.
that way we get to talk to you live. It's so much, we really enjoy that. And we thank you for taking the time because I know how busy you are. And I appreciate the time you take.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I mean, we're trying to have everyone be aware and brand the Beachside Hotel and Suites. So.
Tell us the website again one more time.
www.beachsidehotel.cocobeach.com. Or,
Perfect.
really easy, 321-783-2221,
There you go.
All right, when you go, make sure you tell Michelle that we all said hi and
Okay, great.
stop in there. But yeah, if you're coming to Cocoa Beach, guys, make sure you stay at the Beachside Hotel and Suites. It's a great hotel. Everything about it is awesome. So thank you for your sponsorship. Thank you for your friendship. And
Thanks for
guys,
coming
make sure-
out today and riding the beach trolley and being part of that. So that was great. She's also part of the 10 days of trolley as well, right, Wendy? I mean, I think day 10 was our last day of visiting, and we got to, go and look at the lazy river and all that. So it was all good.
Well, we saved the best till last. And
Yeah.
one of the things I was going to mention is, when you stay at the Beachside Hotel and Suites, you can, ride the trolley from 6 a.m. till 11 p.m. So for those early risers and for those late nighters, no matter what time you'd like to ride, Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. And then on Sunday, the trolley operates from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So there's lots of opportunity to hop aboard.
Very
There you go.
good.
And you
Very
mentioned,
good.
You mentioned the pricing, but when I was outside earlier and you were talking that you were going to be running a special because of the Mobility Week or whatever. So on Election Day, on November 3rd, tell everybody about that.
Absolutely. Every year, as Wendy said earlier, we partner with Florida Department of Transportation and Space Coast TPO, and we usually do a Tri-Transit Day during Mobility Week. And we go out and do pop-up events and stuff like that. And this year, Mobility Week actually fell on the first week of November, which is the election.
Good timing.
And yeah, we thought so. And we thought, well, with the year that we've all had, let's offer, free public transportation, on Election Day to go to the polls and make your voice heard and help the community however we can and as safely as we can.
Now, is that free for locals? Is it free for Florida residents? Is it free for?
It's going to be free for everybody.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
That's wonderful.
That's
It-
excellent.
Commitment.
There was a radio program this morning that I was listening to as I was riding into our wonderful unveiling of the beach trolley. And a lady actually called in to make a comment that she was so happy that they were offering free transportation because she didn't have a way to get out to vote. That is going to be great.
That's a service that you
It's
guys.
a service that, yeah. So thank you
That's
very
awesome.
much for doing that.
They have several services, though, that I thought were very interesting. One of which is the GPSs that are going to be installed onto the buses so that if you are waiting for the trolley to come, you can actually know where it's at. So you don't if the weather's inclement or whatever and you don't want to have to stand outside and wait for it, you can tell, that it's 5 minutes away or that it's 2 minutes away, and you can know when to go outside. Can you tell our listeners a little bit more about that?
Well, it's going to be wonderful for the Space Coast Area Transit customers because they're going to be able to see the bus and the trolley coming in real time.
In real time, yeah.
On their telephone. So there's no more standing at the bus stop and wondering when the bus is going to come. Did I miss it? Am I too early? Am I too late? You'll be able to see it, bam, right
You
there.
have
on
no
your phone.
excuse.
Not that you
now.
have to worry
So-
about too bad
Great.
because of how quickly it does loop around and everything. You're not out there too long anyway. But I just thought that is a great amenity to have.
Well, it just shows their commitment to their customers, right? That you're trying to make sure that you give all these conveniences. That's awesome.
Well, we have a couple of other exciting technological advancements on the way as well. And one is contactless fares, especially with the pandemic that's going on. Within the next 30 to 60 days, you'll be able to purchase your bus fare by using any smartphone as long as you have a credit or a debit card. And so, we all know that money is one of those taboo subjects during the pandemic. So you just show your phone, and bam, you're on the trolley. So that's exciting. And then also in the new year, we're going to have a brand new, very technologically advanced website, 321transit.com, that really will give the user a great transit experience and give them lots of information about where the buses go and how easy it is to get there. So lots of good things on the horizon.
Sounds great. And also, I know that every year you put on a tourism summit. And I know I've been part of that and have seen, again, firsthand that you do an excellent job of putting that together.
A lot of fun.
And it's a great way that the community realizes everything that the Space Coast Area Transit does. So can you give us a little information on that?
Sure, Bonnie. So actually, it's called the Tourism and Transit Summit. It's something that we do jointly with the Space Coast Office of Tourism. We hold a joint summit so that we can maximize our reach of key stakeholders because many of our key stakeholders are one and the same. And so we do hold it annually. Unfortunately, due to COVID, we were not able to hold it in 2020. We thought about going virtual with it. I mean, with my business, hey, I telecommuted before telecommuting was cool. But this was just one event that we said we're not going to do virtually because the keynote speaker for the next summit is Scott Henderson, who's Vice President of Test and Flight Operations and Florida Site Director for Blue Origin. And he is just such a fabulous gentleman and a great speaker. And, he'll be talking about New Shepard, which is a reusable ride-sharing launch vehicle that will be taking payloads and soon you to space.
How cool is that
And
going to be?
Yes.
also New
Wow.
Glenn, which will be building a
Man.
road to space right here from Brevard County.
History.
So we just said, hey, that's just too good to do virtually. So we're just going to wait, for the pandemic to subside. And we're looking forward to sometime in 21 hosting that event at Kennedy Space Center. So invite us back sometime in 2021, and
Yeah.
we'll tell you all about it. But
Your food's always great at those events too, so I appreciate the fact that you're waiting because it'd be a shame not to enjoy the great food you always put on.
thank you, John. I cook it myself.
You do a great job there, Wendy.
Well, speaking of the pandemic and the COVID situation, I want our listeners to know the steps that you are taking to make sure that they are safe when they're riding on the train. You mentioned a little bit about that when we were outside earlier, but I think you're doing some amazing things to keep the riders safe. So you want to tell everybody a little bit about that?
Yeah, through a few months of research, we finally found a highly effective disinfectant called the Gency product, and it kills COVID-19. It's one of the very few disinfectants that is actually labeled by the EPA that kills COVID-19. There's a lot of products out there that kills the coronavirus, but COVID-19 we found through our research is a different strand. It's a hybrid strand, as we now all know. We're all super educated in viruses, and bacteria, and all.
If we're not, we pretend to be.
Exactly. Everyone's an expert. So but it works really, really well, and we put in driver barriers, safety barriers over for our drivers. We've gone until I believe it was October 3rd. We went this whole time without charging fares to try and help, all of our passengers out and reduce that contact in between the passengers and the drivers and stuff like that. But we treat the buses once a week because the Genesee product has a residual of up to 10 days. We also treat our bus terminals with it inside the buildings, the offices, and everything with it also. We strongly encourage people to wear masks on our fixed route buses, but if you don't have one, we will provide one for you. So
that's great.
We try and do, everything we can to help out, within our ability to keep everybody, as safe as we can, not just our employees, but, the public as well.
So let me get this right. You have this beautiful new trolley. It costs $1.50 to ride.
Right.
With military and kids and seniors, half price.
Right.
You have taken precautionary measures with COVID. What is there not to like about the trolley right now? It just seems it's beautiful.
No
brainer. The inside of it is great. The seating was nice. The view driving down A1A is gorgeous. I'm trying to find something that I don't love.
Just come to Cocoa Beach, Cape Canaveral, and enjoy.
Right.
And what's really great is that we're talking to a lot of visitors that are going to be coming to this area, and it's a great way that we can let them know, look, you can just park yourself at your hotel and then hop on board the beach trolley and just go up and down Cocoa Beach and Cape Canaveral and see all the sights, the attractions, and the restaurants and enjoy. So, as I said, we do appreciate the time that you guys have taken, but I want to ask you, when you guys have time and you're not busy working and putting all this together, what do you guys like to do on the Space Coast?
Well, I'm a big boater, Bonnie, and so I love just, walking out my front door, going across the street, hopping in my boat on the Indian River. It's just such a beautiful place to live, and so that's the big one for me is being away from it all. I mean, you can it takes me 10 minutes to feel like everything else is totally irrelevant, and I'm
very tranquil, very calming.
We went out a couple weeks ago. We were on the Indian and Banana. We took the pontoon out, and there's something about being here in the Space Coast. This destination is just so calming. That's the biggest. I lived in Orlando for a number of years, but I'd come over here every weekend, literally. And on 528, once I got real close, everything calmed down. I just felt my blood pressure just relax. And then when you come over here, and like you see, you get on the water, and then you got the trolley, you got the restaurants all along the water and the port. Man, I mean, what else is there? I'm ready to take a nap.
I'm sitting here listening to all these descriptions, and I'm thinking about all the cold weather that I've been seeing on TV at rallies and all of it, and the NFL game where they were playing in snow
already.
Yes.
I mean, it's freezing rain, and here we are talking about a beach trolley going up and down the beach and taking people to restaurants and bars and
in their bathing suits, carrying a surfboard.
Yeah, we're still doing that. It's November,
I know.
and we're still in our swimsuits.
I put suntan lotion on before I came over to the event this morning. But I think that's one of the cool things about Cocoa Beach is the water, but it's land, air, and sea. You can ride the Cocoa Beach helicopter and get the view from above. You can be on a boat and go fishing, whether it's fishing or just cruising on a pontoon, having a couple drinks. And now, really, the trolley, the biggest thing I would like to get across to the listeners is how beautiful it is.
It is. You guys did a really nice job.
It's one thing to have a trolley, but the looks and the aesthetics of it, it's the windows. So no matter where you're seated on there, because I walked around, no matter where you're seated, windows all the way down the side, so you can see out, you can see everything. It's a really beautiful, beautiful trolley. You guys did a great job.
Real beachy theme too.
Very good. So, Lance, what about you? What do you like to do in your spare time?
Well, I'm not as exciting as Wendy over here. My big thing is I get home from work usually around 5 o'clock, and I change my clothes, rush to the beach as fast as I can, and the way I relax is I hunt for sea glass.
Oh,
yes.
Hey, that's
I
cool,
always tell
man.
people that. They look at me.
No. There's an art to that, actually.
But I actually have my third vase on my counter on my bar that I fill up, and it's just a clear glass vase with all these different colors of sea glass. And I found certain kinds of different gemstones and things like that are raw that come out of the ocean, and it's really fun to find it and then research it, look it up, and find out what it is. Wow, I didn't know that came from the ocean.
Relative, not the same thing, but still the kind of same ballpark. If you go to the Exploration Tower, they have all these artifacts from things that were found, that in the water or on the beach, that they've replicated art out of that. And so I think that really is that's a cool thing that you do. And kudos to you, man. You got to have some intelligence to pull that off. And
well, and it just takes my mind off work.
Absolutely.
Of course, I still have my cell phone in my pocket, and I have to remember that before I take my surfboard and go in the water. Oh, I got to take my phone because I'm on call 24/7. Since I am the manager of operations, but that's a good way to relax. And the other cool thing I just want to touch on with the trolley is it goes with the atmosphere of the people in Brevard County and our beaches. And for me, I live in a condo in Cape Canaveral, like I said earlier. It's almost like living at Disney World because not everyone, but the majority of people, they're so happy to be here.
Yep.
We hear
Like,
that.
Yeah, we hear that
weather,
all the
almost
time.
every
everyone's
show.
smiling, and it's so great because it's like the greatest place on the world. That not a lot of people know about, which I think they'll start to figure out. But it's the atmosphere and the people. We have a lot of really great people over here.
Yeah, and I have to give kudos to your drivers too because they are so friendly and informative, but very friendly, and so we appreciate that.
I don't know if I want to get the word out too much that the beach after 5 o'clock is still awesome because that's when my family likes to go as well. My wife collects the beach glass too, but it's a whole different atmosphere walking on the beach at night. When it's getting a little darker, it's just a whole. It goes from the party fun to the relaxation. I think you nailed it when you said relaxing. But walking on the beach when it's getting a little later in the afternoon, and then, of course with your trolley running until 11 o'clock at night. That's right. That makes for a perfect walk on the beach there.
Especially when there's a rocket going up.
Oh man, how cool is that? Right?
That's the greatest.
Lights the whole sky up.
That's the greatest.
Where else but the Space Coast?
And then
That's
you
right.
can hear in the distance the
Space Center.
music from the live bands at some of the restaurants playing. I mean, man.
You're playing my song.
That's right.
You're playing my song. So, Wendy's got something to say.
I was just going to say, but the cool thing is it's not just the destination. I mean, the fun thing about the trolley is that you really enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you just sit back and relax, and you don't have to worry about driving home, driving there, and you just have a lot of fun on riding the trolley. And I think that's a lot of the atmosphere in Cocoa Beach. We're a lot of fun people here, and really kick back and relax and just enjoy the ride. So.
Well, we like it. So what website do we go to learn all these wonderful things about the beach trolley and also what the Space Coast Area Transit has to offer?
Yeah, it'll be 321transit.com. Also on there, we have a rider's guide. So for your listeners that are outside of the area, they go on the rider's guide, and our rider's guide really covers pretty much everything we do. There's so much more that we do that a lot of people don't know about. So when we do public speaking engagements and we really start getting into what we actually do, coming up on Veterans Day, veterans ride for free all day on Veterans Day. We're going to be doing a Saturday service on Veterans Day. During the summer, kids under the age of 18 that have a Brevard County library card, they ride for free all summer long. You could trust to put your kids on public transportation provided by Brevard County and Space Coast Area Transit, and they could ride over here to the beach trolley, ride the beach trolley, go to the beach. Cocoa Beach is really great. They have great lifeguards and a great beach rescue service over here. And, there's just so many things that we have. We have another part of our organization called Volunteers in Motions, where it's senior citizen volunteers helping other seniors. We have a great paratransit service. It's a, door-to-door, curb-to-curb demand response service for people with disabilities. They need to go to dialysis centers and stuff like that. So if you go on our website and look, there's just so much more that we do, and we're proud to do it.
You guys have an app too, don't you? Don't you have an app?
We do have an app at 321transit.com, both on Google and at the Apple App Store. So we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, Twitter. Everything is at 321 Transit. So,
perfect.
And then, of course, there's a phone number for personalized service. If you need, someone to, tell you how to get from point A to to point B. Of course, you can go to the trip planner on the website at 321transit.com, or you can call the ride line, and that number is 321-633-1878. And there's a wonderful customer service department that's very helpful. It will help you get to wherever you need to go.
Cool. Thank you.
Great.
That's awesome. Well, thank you guys very much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Yes,
thank you for
absolutely.
having us.
Congratulations on the huge event that you had today, and congratulations on the opening of the trolley. We're very excited to get to ride it, and I know our listeners will be too.
Yes.
We do want to talk about a couple events that are coming up in the area. Once again, the Valiant Air Command is having their big Veterans Day weekend. It's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's free for military veterans, active duty, retired, and their families. Also, it's free for all Florida residents. So you want to come check them out. That's the Valiant Air Command in Titusville. But lots going on in the area, and you can make sure you run over to spacecoastfunguide.com so you can get your discounts on all the restaurants and the attractions over there too.
Absolutely. And next week, we're going to be talking with Charity Stewart. She is the marketing director for the Space Coast Office of Tourism, a great partner with the Space Coast Area Transit. And she's going to tell us how she markets the Space Coast and how the Office of Tourism welcomes all of our visitors to our area. So we'll be looking forward to that as well.
That's going to be fun.
And thank you again to our sponsor, Beachside Hotel and Suites, Michelle Martindale. We absolutely love your hotel, love your property, and love seeing you. So
and
thank you so much.
thanks for joining us again. We really appreciate that.
All right, guys. So until next week,
have a great week.
All right, everybody, thank you for listening to the 321 Liftoff podcast. I'm Promo Pete, and thank you again, Bonnie King. We had a great episode. Be sure to check us out every week. And if you want more information, visit spacecoastfunguide.com or beldingcommunications.com for everything that we're doing in the area. You can also check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/spacecoastfunguide for all the entertaining things to do in our area. We look forward to seeing you again next week. Until then, take care.